What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm Joshua Mack, and this is actually off of my regular schedule. I'm actually recording this at 7:05 on Monday, October 20th, and I hope within the next couple hours to have this up and available online. And as you can tell by the title, I'm not particularly happy with NHLShop.com and Fanatics.com, and I'll get to the reason why in just a moment. And I'm coming with receipts, so this isn't just me talking out my ass. This is going to have receipts attached to it. I have been a fan of the NHL since 1995. As a whole, I watched as the Quebec Nordiques moved to Denver, Colorado, because I lived in Denver at the time. Watched them become the Colorado Avalanche and win their first Stanley Cup championship in that very same year. I became a fan of many different players, many different teams, and followed sports very, very closely. Now, as I grew older, it became to me that there was more to life than sports. I dropped off of watching a lot of sports because of the cost of streaming and cable services being astronomical. I couldn't keep up with them all the time. But the one thing I noticed when I was in my early to mid 20s is that for me, sports is more of the aesthetic. The jerseys, the logos, the typeface for the fonts, things like that. I loved it when the Avalanche came in, when the Winnipeg Jets moved to Arizona to become the Phoenix Coyotes, when they had 4 expansion teams, those being the Nashville Predators, the Minnesota Wild, the Atlanta Thrashers, and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Watched them go through many different iterations of logos and looks for them, as well as the Atlanta Thrashers moving to Winnipeg and becoming the Jets. Also loved it when the Vegas Golden Knights were added as an expansion team, as well as the Seattle Kraken. Still to this day, one of my favorite unveiling videos as far as a logo or jersey has to be the Seattle Kraken. But a year ago, just over a year ago, the Arizona Coyotes made the move to Utah, Salt Lake City, and became the Utah Hockey Club. Now, I thought that was unique, taking a tip off of what soccer teams do, you know, such and such football club. Can't think of any actual examples off the top of my head, but you see football club a lot. Earlier this year, around May, the Utah Hockey Club came up and unveiled their new name, their new branding. They became the Utah Mammoth. And they released several different memorabilia and clothing at that time. And they also announced that at a later date, their jerseys would be available. They unveiled their jerseys on that date back in May and said later on in the off season, they would become available. Well, at the end of September, they said that these jerseys would be available for purchase on October 2nd of this year, so 18 days ago. They said the jerseys would be made available and people could purchase them. There would be a few select players, and then you could order custom jerseys if you wanted, from their lowest line that was like $179 to their highest line, which is customized $500. So I was excited for that. I was excited because when I saw the jerseys, they weren't much different than the Utah Hockey Club jerseys, the Utah Mammoth jerseys, but I loved the way they looked. They were clean, it was a fresh take, and I love the Mammoth logo. So I waited and waited and waited. I found a hat online that I wanted from NHLShop.com, and I added it to my cart. So that way when the jerseys came out, at what was later on, I believe it was 1 or 2 days ahead of time, revealed that it would be noon Eastern Standard Time, which I am in the Eastern time zone, that the jerseys would be available at noon that time. I had a hat available in the cart, which was this one. And I got the jersey in my cart. Now, when I added the jersey to my cart, it said that there were 9 available in the size that I ordered. I ordered the biggest size because, as I said in one of my last videos with my Powerline jersey unboxing, I like my jerseys a little baggier. I like my jerseys to be baggy. I like to have them hang off a little bit. I don't like jerseys that are so tight you can see every lump on my body. Not my thing. So I will put this up on the screen because, like I said, I've come with receipts. So back when I ordered this, I had you can see my screen says, thank you for the order. You can see the time on there as 12:02 p.m., right about the middle. See that I ordered it from NHLShop.com. Of course, I have blocked out my email address and I blocked out my order number, as well as the purchase price. But you see that I did order it on the 2nd at 12:02 p.m. So 2 minutes after they were made available. You see that I ordered the hat, arrives between October 7th and October 13th, which it did, obviously. And then you can see that the jersey would arrive between October 29th and October 4th. So between 9 and 15 days from today is when that jersey should have arrived. Well, this afternoon I got on to my email and was looking because I was curious as to whether it was going to ship. Should ship sometime this week, whether it's today, later on this week, whatever. I get on there and I get this. Sorry, your fan gear is out of stock. You can see I received it at 1:14 p.m. October 20th. Obviously blocked out my stuff. Blocked out the order number, blocked out the purchase price, which says, we're sorry, unfortunately the item shown below that you recently ordered is out of stock. We've removed this item from your order and issued a refund of what I had. We will credit the payment method you used to make your purchase. For gift card payments, you will be emailed a new electronic gift card within 24 hours. Fan cash, blah, 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 blah. Please accept this 25% off coupon as a thank you for shopping with NHL USA. Click to claim your code. It will be automatically applied at checkout. If you have additional questions, feel free to visit our online help center. There you see the jersey I ordered, size 60, men's Utah Mammoth Fanatics Black Home Premium Custom Jersey. The problem is that nobody at Fanatics is available to answer questions. Nobody at NHLShop.com is available to answer any questions. So tell me, how in the hell am I supposed to find out why my order was canceled? Yes, it says it's not available. Why? Why, when I placed my order, did it say that there were still 9 available and I got it in and now all of a sudden, 18 days later, I'm not getting my jersey? Why? This is me asking the NHLShop.com and Fanatics, why was my order canceled? Why did you guys run out of jerseys? With Fanatics being the official company that produces the jerseys for the NHL, you have no excuse to run out. Zero excuses. I don't care what they are. You produce the actual jerseys. You are the ones that have the monopoly on all of the shops. NFL's shop, NHL's shop, MLB's shop, NBA's shop, WWE's shop, all go through Fanatics, as well as Lids and any company owned by Lids. You go on any number of those websites, any of them, and you look at a product, and then you go to Fanatics and you look at that same product, they'll have the same sizes available for the same price, etc., etc. It makes no sense. Fanatics, why? NHLShop.com, why? Why is the order canceled? And this isn't the first time you guys have done this. This isn't the first time you guys have done this. When Anaheim unveiled a alternate jersey a few years back, I ordered it, only to have it canceled 3 weeks after I had ordered it because you ran out. I understand you guys weren't the official provider of the jerseys for the NHL at that time, but at this point, why? So I issue this cautionary tale to you. When you order from NHLShop.com or you order from Fanatics, because they've done this with WWE stuff that I've ordered before. They've done this with MLB stuff that I've ordered. When you're ordering from them, don't expect to get your packages. Do not. Because they will sit there and tell you that it'll take this much time, especially on a custom jersey, and you won't get it. You will have to place the order 2 or 3 times before you actually get it. And yeah, 25% off, that's nothing to sneeze at per se. But I'd also like to speak to somebody as to when my product that I would like to order is back in stock. At least with the Anaheim Ducks one, I was able to contact somebody that they were able to put me on a list so that I was able to find out when the Anaheim Ducks jersey would be back in stock. But this, I called, spoke to an automated system. The automated system told me that they were not able to answer my questions, so offered to send me a text message to go through chat. I said, okay, that's fine. Put me through to chat. They said chat was not available. They were experiencing technical difficulties and hung up on me. So I'm posting this, asking Fanatics and asking NHLShop.com why, and warning you as consumers of Fanatics and of these other places, I would highly consider ordering from other places. There is a reason why counterfeit jerseys, why counterfeit products for these companies, for these leagues are becoming more and more prominent, not just for the price. The build quality is getting better. The build quality on these jerseys is becoming better. That's not the crap that we used to get back 4, 5, 6 years ago. The build quality is getting better. The price is better. But not only that, they can actually more or less follow through with what you're getting. And that's the problem. When you're buying something official and you're spending that much, maybe you should have some sort of guarantee that you're going to get what you paid for when you paid for it. So that's all the time I have for today. If anybody from NHLShop.com or anybody from Fanatics wants to reach out, you guys know how to reach me. I'm on social media. You can find me at Joshua Mack OG. And also email me at thehouseofmac@gmail.com or joshuamaccog@gmail.com. Either one, I'll reply to you. We can have a conversation about this. You guys can tell me what's going on and why I haven't gotten my stuff. Heck, somebody wants to reach out from the Utah Mammoth because I'm tagging you as well, because I was seriously looking forward to being a fan of your guys's this year. I loved watching you guys last year. Didn't watch games, but I watched plenty of highlights online. As a matter of fact, NHL 26, I forced the Mammoth to draft me, and I loved it. I've loved being on that team. But this is something that goes with the Mammoth and goes with NHLShop.com and with Fanatics. So any one of you want to reach out to me and get in touch with me and we can figure this out as to why this is going on, please do. I'm Joshua Mack. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry about this rant. I'll have my regular scheduled episode on Friday for you guys. I appreciate you guys if you're fans watching this. Take care, and I will see you then.